was in my undergraduate experience, I found that though I had to pay a lot of money, I did not learn as much as I wanted to learn, and nor did I want to continue my education under a colonial mindset that perpetuates white supremacy. So I wanted to use education to get different perspectives and understand how the world works as a whole, as opposed to just the westernized mentality. I chose Mahidol University because of the professors and the program. So within the educational management, the one course that really drew me was ethics and morality and educational leadership. And once I saw that course, I was looking into all of the adjuncts thoroughly and realized that everyone had not just education, but had different degrees as well. And my mindset in education is I want a broad perspective before I choose my lane that I want to specialize in. And what better way to get a nice broad perspective than from adjuncts who have multiple degrees in multiple different fields. Actually really sad that we're almost ending. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. It's not difficult because I'm super enthusiastic about what I'm learning. I'm very interested. So don't get me wrong, the workload is a lot, but I don't look at it as difficult because I'm excited to do these assignments, to be able to apply what I've learned in lecture to show that adjuncts do teach me really well. So not only is it a reflection of what I know, but it's also a reflection of how all adjuncts teach. So yeah, I don't want to say it's not difficult. Like, it's hard work, but it's very rewarding. So that takes away the difficulty for me. Considering that I was on a 12-hour time difference and I was studying from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., it could have been awful, but it wasn't. Every adjunct was super supportive, super understanding about the time difference. And the classes were so interesting that I didn't have problems staying up so late. Not only were the classes interesting, just everybody's different teaching styles really applied to me well. And the more excited every adjunct was teaching, the more excited I was to learn. And I would be straight energy throughout all classes. And then at 5 a.m. when finished, I would just be dead. But during class time, because how classes were structured, how interesting and like honestly fascinating the coursework was, I didn't find it that difficult in comparison to when I remember being in my undergraduate degree trying to force myself to go to lecture because I was just uninterested in the way they taught me. Maybe it's different because this is like extra school that you choose to do, but I was always excited for lecture. Not once did I wake up thinking, oh my goodness, I have to study so long tonight. I was, oh yay, it's class day. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. Switching night for day was very difficult, but the classes and then the subject matter and how all of the adjuncts made it completely worth it. I know, especially with my friends who are doing online in Canada, were struggling. They had no support from the university, no support from their faculties, no support from their professors. Honestly, the professors pretended like it wasn't a pandemic, and they had absolutely no understanding for extenuating circumstances. And so the more I saw what my friends were going through, the happier I was that I did not pick to study in Canada. It's beautiful. It's stunning. To have class outside in the house was the first time I actually got to study outside, and I really like that type of environment. Having lecture in the student room as well, it was like it felt more of a discussion conversation as opposed to a lecture, because I'm a piggybacker with my learning style. I like to talk about it. Am I getting the right concept? What do you think about what I'm saying? Then just hop on each other for building on that. And we do that really well online, but it was wonderful to have that in person, because I think I function better in person than I do online. So it was really nice to have the opportunity to, first of all, meet after being so long together online, and then actually get to see the school, see the campus, and have like I don't want to say a legitimate experience, because even though it was online, it felt like it was regular school to me. But it was just like, to be the amount of effort and struggle that happened leading up to me doing this degree, getting to campus and having class with you in person was like the first time I'm like, I actually did what I set out to do. Like the different lanes of classes, educational management is such a broad concept, and some schools may just focus on the managerial side of how to do this as a principal, as an administrator, and blah blah blah. But with this program, you not only had, of course, the management aspect, but you had different aspects of education that every single educational leader should be aware of. Not only were there classes just on the education, but also research and how to conduct educational research, which is, I think, extremely important, especially in the development of sustainable education. So it just, like, even like, for example, information systems, I'm not versed in IS, I'm not versed in IT, but it was extremely beneficial for me, learning new now I can, for example, do a simple IS system, but well, IS system is just redundant information, like prototype, if you will. But just every course has its value, and every adjunct teaches it in a way that you get what you're supposed to get from it, so that you can develop your skills as an educator even further. I would have is for Western applicants to have more information online, because I know a lot of people coming from Canada and America wouldn't be able to find the questions they want answered. I had no problem, because I knew I wasn't going to be educated in the West. I kind of really gave up on that mentality, especially because I was teaching in Korea for so long, and I realized that even though it was on the other side of the world and there's a completely different structure of education, the problems were all fundamentally the same. And so if other people were looking, like, my mom was like asking, like, are you sure you want to go, like, you can't find this information? I was just like, no, like, regardless of what the program is, like, the professors, the adjuncts are phenomenal. Like, look at their resumes themselves. And not only that, just to have all the adjuncts, like, what really got me was I was looking at all the research done too, and the fact that all legends were together on a research paper shows there's like good collaboration and teamwork, because a lot of times in other schools, there's competition in between. So I picked solely based on that, but other students might not be aware to look into those things. So just maybe the only recommendation I would have is to put on like frequently asked questions on the admissions page so that students who are coming from the West who are not aware of the Thai education system or Asian education styles, so that they would be able to look and be like, oh, okay, my question is answered and I could apply to the school. Because some people, they're too afraid to take a risk when it comes to their postgraduate degrees. I, however, was very unsatisfied with my undergraduate degree. So I was like, I might as well risk it because I did what was told and I was very unhappy with it. But now I did what everyone told me was like, why are you doing it? And I never made a better decision in my life.